My son is the only one who felt uncomfortable and said he doesn't like it because he doesn't want someone to replace his dad. I explained to him that cannot happen. It will never happen.
Welcome back to court. Dad Atkinson wants limits on third parties around the kids. Mom Mina says only the oldest feels awkward. The judge questions enforceability football games aren't private. Two parents, one boundary line. Stay for the twist on overnights and a second case meltdown. Subscribe, like, share for more.
Received a motion from Mr. Atkinson requesting, it's labeled a motion for custody. I don't necessarily know if that's really what it amounts to, but
no, I didn't know what to name it, Your Honor.
okay. Did you get a copy of that, Ms. Mina Cavazos?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add to it, Mr. Atkinson, before we hear from Ms. Mina Cavazos?
Yeah, just that I'm just a little bit confused because she's indicated to me a couple different times that she'd be willing to go downtown and voluntarily alter our order, but then when I tried to do that with her, she would like flake or whatever. So I'm just trying to get like clarity on that, and then possibly find a way to go about doing that.
Well, that's interesting because as I read it, what it really contends is you want me to enter an order restricting the presence of third parties during periods of time when the children are with both of you, right?
Correct.
Okay. And one of the questions I always ask people that ask me that is, how do you wish to ask me to enforce that? Do we put up cameras in everybody's house and make sure nobody's sitting with somebody? How do we do that? How do we enforce that?
The enforcement would be based upon reporting, I guess, based on what is seen, done, and because this isn't like a private thing, it's a public thing. Like, she brought some random guy to my son's football game, and that was very out in public, and it's like a whole thing. So me and her, we go back and forth. Sometimes we on the same page, sometimes we not. Sometimes we cool, sometimes we not. And when she decides she wants to do her thing, she's like, F you, I'm gonna do whatever I want. But it's directly affecting my kids. They keep coming to me, asking me all these weird questions and saying all these things. And, you know, I put it in the order. The whole reason this is a thing is because we had an incident in our family about a year and a half ago, and me and her had extensive conversations about keeping our children shielded from outside influences. And when she decided she didn't want to do that no more, she just changed up, and it's directly affecting them. My kids have come up to me a bunch of times telling me different stuff.
Okay. Miss Mina Cavazos, your thoughts, please.
I think it's very unfair that he can state that. Our oldest son is the only one who's uncomfortable with my new relationship since I decided I no longer wanted to be with his father. There's too much bad there, and I don't want my kids to see how he treats me, that it's okay for them to be treated that way. So I decided I was going to leave him alone. A month or two goes by. I started talking to someone else. My son is the only one who felt uncomfortable and said he doesn't like it because he doesn't want someone to replace his dad. I explained to him that cannot happen. It will never happen. I've also told my oldest daughter that if she's uncomfortable at any time, the person's out of the picture. It'll go back to just me and the kids. No one feels uncomfortable other than Cameron because I am no longer messing with him.
Okay, so normally when I get these, once again, these become enforcement nightmares. The only thing that ever made sense to me is because how can anybody restrict people from showing up at baseball games? I can't trespass them away from those things. And if Miss Mina Cavazos is going to get to a serious relationship with this, then the kids are going to have to get used to it, because obviously if either one of you remarry, I don't know, are you remarried, Mr. Atkinson?
No, never.
Okay. All right. And when one of you starts dating somebody or marrying somebody, I can't keep them out of the picture. The only thing I can do is say that I don't want any overnights in front of the children. Okay.
Thank you.
That should be something both of you agree to anyway.
No, not her.
So I don't. You can prepare an order. No romantic partners overnight in front of the children. And
Okay, and then
I'm not going to limit the rest of it. There's no way. If he wants to
that's
go to a baseball game, if he wants to go to a football game, if they want to go out to a movie, so be it. But
no, that's fine. She wouldn't listen to it anyway. But the overnights is fine. Is that the same? You said order. I just got to file an order.
you got to.
Here's the ruling. The court won't police public outings or baseball bleachers, but it will bar romantic partners from overnighting in front of the kids' narrow. Enforceable and signed once an order is prepared. Smart boundary balancing, rights and stability. Would you accept this compromise or push for stricter limits today?
You got to prepare an order, and I will sign it. But that's as far as I'm going to go.
That's fine with me.
Miss Mina Cavazos, anything further?
No, sir.
All right, prepare that order, and they'll show you how to get that to me, and I'll sign it. And
Thank you.
just remember, if these things blossom into, more commitment, like
That's not going to happen.
fiancés and married, who knows? So we're adjourned. Thank you both, and have a wonderful 4th. So you have filed a motion, Mr. Kuykendall, to object to the friend of the court. Is that what I hear?
Yes.
Okay. Now you understand something. When you object to the friend of the court, then I hear the case from scratch with the friend of the court there as well.
That's
And
okay.
you could end up in worse shape with me than you could with what the recommendation says, but that's a calculation. I just want to make sure you understand that that's part of the risk of objecting to the friend of the court.
I understand.
Okay. And Ms. Burrell, you received a copy of his objection?
No.
Did you send that to her, Mr.
Yes, I did.
Didn't get it, Ms. Burrell?
How did he send it?
I think on your address on Eastern.
No, I didn't even get a notice of this court date other than through text message.
Well, then you got a notice of this court date.
Okay, well, yeah.
But you no longer live on Eastern?
I do.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't get it. Did it come back in the mail, Mr. Kuykendall?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Okay. Well,
I for privacy reasons, I never put my address on. I always mark it off. But I did first class mail, so I don't know how she didn't.
well, did you go to the post office and get the right postage?
Yes, I did it a couple of times before. I did it like I always do it. I did it in I mailed it out in South Bend, Indiana, though. But I always mail it out from South Bend, Indiana.
I don't know. Do you have an email address, Ms. Burrow?
Yes, but I'm not giving it to him.
Okay. So how do you two coexist with children and you won't let anybody have your emails and phone numbers and addresses? What are you guys in the CIA? What's going on here?
Respectfully, sir, I am concerned for my safety. I'm being harassed and stalked.
You have
So
a
I would
PPO?
rather go through a third party, as I stated the last court hearing. I would rather go through a third party, whether it's with the courts or through his mom. Outside of those two people, then I just rather not have any type of communication.
Do you have a PPO against him?
I tried. You guys denied it because there's
Don't say
no.
you guys. Don't say
The
you
courts
guys.
denied it because we didn't have a order in place for the kids.
Okay. That
Yeah,
wasn't me that denied that, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. Understandable. Yeah, I get that.
So then the only thing I can do is if he has your address, he has filed an objection to the front of the court recommendation. Did you get the front of the court recommendation?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you may have to do in the future, Mr. Kuykendall, is your address confidential at the court, Ms. Burrell?
No, not as of right now, no.
Okay, you can file a request for a confidential address, and then the way you would serve her, which would kind of be easier for you, Mr. Kuykendall, is you would bring it to the front of the court, and they would send it to her, and that way you could assure that she would have it.
That, okay.
But you have to do the request for the confidential address first. Okay, Ms. Burrell?
Okay.
All right. So what happens when a recommendation from the front of the court is made, the parties can agree with it, and then they really have to do nothing. Then it gets entered as an order. Or they can object to it, or they can try and work out their own agreement. I don't think that's even possible if the parties don't want to even communicate. So really that only leaves with that option. The third option, and that's I have to schedule an evidentiary hearing or a trial. So you both now have, my clerk will send out the date. There's very specific requirements. It requires trial briefs, witness lists, exhibits, being in a 3-ring binder. It's complicated. So if you both were thinking of continuing to represent yourself, you can do that. But it's very complicated. And if these deadlines that are filing deadlines are not met, then your case could get postponed. And I don't want that. All right. So you'll be getting a date in the mail and have your witnesses and all that disclosed, and then we'll hear it at that time. Okay.
Okay.
You're all set, both of you with me. We'll get you that date.
I have a quick question. So there's nothing in order as of right now. So the recommendation from the court that's not in place right now?
Correct.
Okay,
It's
thank
just a
you.
recommendation from the front of the court.
Okay.
So, can I say one thing, Jan? So there's nothing in place. I saw my daughters one time in a year.
Do you see what you've done to yourself, Mr. Kuykendall?
No, I do.
See, if you would have just simply said, all right, it's not everything I want, but it's a start, then
it's not a. I'm sorry.
you could have got moving. But now you're stuck. Now
it's not a start. It's not a start though. I have to. It says I get a couple hours at her house. That's impossible to do. So I don't understand how that's a start.
Well,
but I understand. We're gonna do. I understand.
I'm gonna, after I hear the evidence, I'm going to do or issue a recommendation also. So, but I just want to make sure you have all the information. So I'll wait for that. We'll have an evidentiary hearing, and then we'll figure it out from then. Okay.
Can I say one last thing? I'm sorry.
You said I have one thing to say, and then
but this is the absolute last thing. I promise. He just said that the order states that he has to have them at my house for a couple hours. That's not true. It states that he has to pick up and drop off from my house.
But you're talking about not an order. You're
But
talking.
and that's what I'm saying. I'm willing. I'm willing to give him. I'm still willing, even without that being an order in place with the courts. I'm still willing to do that
I
if
would.
that's okay with him. But like I said, I only want to go through the courts and his mom. If we can't do that, then I'm okay with not being it being whatever it is.
Yeah, I can't figure this out on a Friday morning. All I
I,
can.
I, res- I respect that. I'll wait till the paperwork come and we can go from there. Thank you.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you both
Thank
very
you.
much. Have a good weekend.
Shock moment in the second case. There's no order yet dad objected to the friend of the court and saw his daughters once all year. The judge warns that strategy backfired. An evidentiary hearing awaits. Mom offers exchanges via court or grandma. Lessons learned today. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.